Hey everybody, we're going to be comparing one cell MiniScout lights today. We've got samples from Malkoff, Modlite, as well as Surefire. We have the 300 lumen Surefire MiniScout, the Surefire 500 lumen MiniScout, the Malkoff E1 Hyperthrow, and the Modlite OKW, as well as their 5000 Kelvin tint neutral PLH head. And as you may have noted, we're going to be comparing CR123 powered batteries and 18350 rechargeable batteries as far as the different fuel used in these lights. The 18350s are much more energy dense, and they do allow for greater output, as you'll see. All of these lights are more or less the same size except for the Malkoff, which comes in about 1.5 ounces lighter than the rest. Partly due to the smaller diameter head. There's less heat sinking required. It's only putting out roughly 325 lumens. It gets a little less hot, so there's a little less thermal mass required for the same durability. Anyway, this is the 300 lumen Surefire MiniScout. Our targets are 2/3 IPSC steel at 100 yards. You can see there it's got a little bit of spill, large hot spot. Pretty decent reach for a 300 lumen light. These trees here are roughly 55 to 60 yards. I'm going to just slowly pan so you can get an idea of the situational awareness each of these lights provides us. When you've got 300 lumens, you kind of have to pick whether you want that to go into throw or spill. And I believe that Surefire did an excellent job balancing the two. If you want a well-balanced light in the 300 lumen range, this is a pretty good compromise for a beam pattern. Part of that is the TIR optic Surefire uses, which allows them to tailor their beam profiles specifically coupled with LED. Malkoff is, with their Hyperthrow, putting every bit of their lumens into throw. This is a 325 lumen light. It's the Malkoff E1 Hyperthrow. Again, this is a CR123 fuel. And that is the Malkoff Hyperthrow E1 at 100 yards. Each of these targets is roughly 10 feet apart. So you can see it's a very narrow quarter of light. Supposedly it's putting out 23,000 lux, which is very potent for a one cell light. I don't believe I'm familiar with any other one cell CR123 powered lights that are putting out this level of throw. However, our situational awareness, as you can see, has definitely decreased. Although it's not completely gone, we still have a little bit of illumination up close. It's definitely not what one would consider a lot of spill. Pretty much everything with this light went into the hot spot. Shortly after Surefire came out with their 300 lumen MiniScout, they came out with a 500 lumen MiniScout. And a lot of people were expecting close to twice the throw from the 500 lumen version. What Surefire did, the LED they chose, and the way they chose to shape the TIR optic, is they greatly increased the amount of spill the light produced, while marginally, if any, increasing the throw. And for a carbine light, a lot of people voiced complaint about that. I'll let you be the judge of it, but here the 500 lumen MiniScout is. You see it's a lot more flood and arguably maybe even a little bit less throw. It lights up a much larger area. See, it illuminates pretty much every bit of those trees. Gives us great situational awareness. A lot less panning with the light is required to see the peripherals. It still has decent throw, but this would not be my choice for medium to long range shooting. Indoors and smaller outdoor spaces, I think, are where this light would excel. That's the last of our CR123 powered lights, and now we're getting into the 18350 powered lights by Modlite. 18350s are a lot more power dense in the sense that they can sustain a lot higher current draw. They have similar storage capacity to CR123, but the current draw they can sustain is several times higher than that of the CR123, so they lend themselves to powering devices with a lot higher drain. This is the Modlite OKW, and it's rated at 69,000 lux and 680 lumens. You can definitely see a difference between this and our CR123 fuel. It actually has enough lumens that while it gives you a massive amount of throw, it's still giving you situational awareness. It's a more defined cone or cutoff between the spill and areas not illuminated. Modlite uses a reflector instead of a TIR optic to achieve their light performance. And as such, reflectors typically have a little bit narrower cone of focus and a little bit more abrupt shutoff between spill and the rest of the environment. As you can see though, it's still giving us very reasonable situational awareness while producing a significant amount of throw. Again, our targets are about 10 feet apart down there. You can definitely see though how narrow this corridor of light is, and that spill does not extend all the way to that tree at about 55, 60 yards there. I'm having to pan the light across the surface of the tree to illuminate that. So it does have a definite proclivity towards throw rather than spill, and is meant to be an excellent long-range spotter. This next head is Modlite's PLH, and it is meant to be a kind of a jack of all trades. Has very good throw and very good spill. It's rated at 1500 lumens and 29,000 lux, so it's still a very potent light. And here that is. You can see it easily reaches our 100-yard targets and illuminates the whole tree at about 55, 60 yards. Has excellent situational awareness, kind of a gradual transition between the hot spot and the spill. All three of these lights, Surefire, Malkoff, and Modlite, are made in America and use American-sourced parts, I believe, except for the LEDs. LEDs still are not something that typically is made in America, the LED die itself. But they're all excellent, high-quality construction. All of them, I believe Surefire uses a dipped circuit board, while Modlite and Malkoff use fully potted thermal paste around their circuit boards. However, all three of these products have excellent durability and have been proven in the field reliable, and they're very high quality. I don't think you could go wrong with any of them, and I think that it's up to the end user to decide what your purpose for the light is and what you need it to do for you before you decide on which one to purchase. I hope this video has given you kind of an overview of the beam patterns and beam profiles, as well as the difference in output you can expect from CR123 powered lights and 18350 powered lights, to help you make a better and more informed decision if you're in the market for a weapon light and you want something small for an SBR or a pistol like the MiniScout series size. Anyway, thank you for watching.